From the shadows to the spotlight. Why Tyler Huntley might be Pittsburgh's unexpected QB answer. As the Pittsburgh Steelers inch closer to organized team activities, OTAs, the anticipation is growing, and so are the questions. With rookie minicamp now in the rearview mirror, the team begins laying the foundation for the 2025 season. But while most of the 90-man roster is locked in, one position remains unresolved. One position casts a long shadow over Pittsburgh's plans. Quarterback. Yes, the most important position on the field is also the most uncertain for the Steelers right now. At the center of this ambiguity, a future Hall of Famer whose next move could send shockwaves through the league. Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers, who's been linked to Pittsburgh throughout the offseason, has yet to make a final decision about his playing future. Whether he chooses to don black and gold, retire, or shock the world with another surprise destination remains unknown. And until he makes that call, the Steelers are stuck in quarterback limbo. Mason Rudolph currently holds the pole position, the de facto QB1. But let's be real. While Rudolph has experience in the system and a solid arm, few in the league view him as a long-term solution. Behind him, the depth chart features Skylar Thompson, a serviceable backup with limited upside, and Will Howard, a rookie still getting his feet wet in the pro game. With this trio, Pittsburgh would easily rank among the bottom 5 quarterback rooms in the NFL, a status that could derail an otherwise playoff-caliber roster. Enter Tyler Huntley, a name that's starting to gain traction among analysts and insiders. In a recent piece from Brian Dardo of CBS Sports, Huntley was floated as the top alternative if Rodgers doesn't come aboard. And the more you dig into it, the more the move starts to make sense. The case for Tyler Huntley. Huntley's NFL journey is the type of story that resonates, undrafted in 2020, overlooked by many, and thrown into the fire more times than most backups ever experience. Yet when opportunity knocked, Huntley answered. As Lamar Jackson's understudy in Baltimore, Huntley was more than a placeholder. He was a lifeline. When Jackson went down in 2022, it was Huntley who kept the Ravens afloat, navigating the team to a playoff berth. Yes, his fumble in the postseason was a heartbreaker, but it's worth remembering. They wouldn't have made the postseason at all without him. That kind of resilience, that clutch gene in key moments, is hard to ignore. In 2024, Huntley found himself in Miami, backing up Tua Tagovailoa. When injuries sidelined the starter, Huntley once again stepped in, starting 6 games and splitting them evenly with a 3-3 record. Though his stats weren't eye-popping, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, he demonstrated impressive accuracy, completing nearly 65% of his passes, and showed poise in the pocket even under pressure. A low-risk, high-reward insurance policy. Let's be clear, Tyler Huntley isn't going to be the long-term face of the franchise. But that's not what Pittsburgh needs right now. What they need is a reliable stopgap, a competent hand at the wheel if Rodgers says no, someone who can win games in the short term, and buy time for the organization to explore a more permanent solution. Huntley also brings athleticism to the table, the kind that could energize Pittsburgh's offense. In fact, his mobility and improvisation skills aren't too far off from what the Steelers hoped to unlock in Justin Fields before Fields was traded. He can escape the pocket, extend plays, and create with his legs, a trait that's become more valuable than ever in today's NFL. For an offense loaded with young talent, from George Pickens to Najee Harris to Pat Freiermuth, plugging in a mobile, experienced quarterback like Huntley could help keep the unit competitive while the front office assesses its future. A decision looms for Omar Khan. Steelers GM Omar Khan has shown he isn't afraid to make bold moves when the moment calls for it. From trades to savvy signings, he's positioned this roster to contend. But with the quarterback position in flux, the wrong move, or no move, could drag the whole operation down. If Rodgers signs on the dotted line, problem solved. But if not, Pittsburgh needs an answer, fast. That's where Tyler Huntley fits in. He's not a flashy name, he's not a Pro Bowl regular, but he's been there before. He's led teams when it mattered. He's battle-tested, mobile, and available. And for the Steelers, that just might be enough. The bottom line. The Steelers aren't rebuilding. They're retooling. They have a defense that can carry them deep into the playoffs. They have weapons on offense. What they don't have is quarterback certainty. Aaron Rodgers is the dream. Mason Rudolph is the fallback. But Tyler Huntley, he's the quiet wild card who might just rise from the ashes once more. And this time, in Pittsburgh's black and gold.